This is the Herald's Top 10 at 10. We begin with a post on social media going around asking who will announce the next Pope. Well, that task falls to Cardinal Dominic Mamberti as proto-deacon, who will get to announce Habemus Papam to the world. Habemus Papam means we have a Pope. Mamberti, a French Catholic cardinal, diplomat and canonist, is currently the prefect of the Apostolic Signatura in the Roman Curia. Meanwhile, a name that has been popping around on social media to succeed Pope Francis is Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, who has been appointed to the particular congregation assisting the Camerlengo in preparations for the May 7 conclave to elect the next Pope. This body, renewed on April 28th during the General Congregation, helps oversee church affairs during the papal vacancy. Meanwhile, Vatican News has reported that Cardinal Giovanni Angelo Becciu has announced he will obey the will of the late Pope Francis, renouncing his participation in the conclave to elect a new pope. The Vatican's criminal court convicted Becciu in 2023 of embezzlement and other finance-related charges at the end of the so-called trial of the century. Meanwhile, Cardinal William Goh has sent a pastoral letter on prayers for the conclave to Singapore. Cardinal William urges the faithful to pray fervently as cardinals prepare to enter the May 7th conclave to elect a new pope. He emphasizes the importance of spiritual support through novenas, the Rosary and Divine Mercy devotions, so the Holy Spirit may guide the cardinals in choosing a wise, holy and courageous successor to Saint Peter, who can lead the Church in today's complex world. Meanwhile, we found this very helpful and insightful post on the Facebook of Radio Veritas Asia. With the conclave set to begin on May 7, 2025, here's a look at the Asian cardinal electors by region. Asia now holds a growing influence in the Catholic Church, contributing 37 members to the College of Cardinals, 23 of whom are eligible to vote in the upcoming papal election. Back home, clergy and faithful gather to remember Pope Francis in Kuala Lumpur. On April 29th, the Cathedral of St. John was filled with solemn prayer as Archbishop Julian Lau presided over a Requiem Mass for the late Pope Francis. The Apostolic Nuncio to Malaysia, Archbishop Wojciech Zaluski, joined him at the altar along with several priests as the local church paid tribute to the Holy Father's life of faith, humility and service. On Monday, the Malacca Johor Diocese held a memorial mass to honor Pope Francis. It was held at the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart of Jesus in JB for the late Pope Francis, offering the faithful a moment of prayerful remembrance and thanksgiving for his life and papacy. A book of condolences had also been made available for those wishing to leave messages in his memory. Also making its rounds on social media is an article from thevibes.com. Yes, with the title Father George Harrison shared a heartwarming story about His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia. Recently, during a church service, Father George, parish priest of the Church of Divine Mercy in Shah Alam, shared a moving story of Agung Sultan Ibrahim's compassion. In 2012, the Sultan commuted the death sentence of 3 Mexican brothers after appeals from their families and Pope Francis. They were later pardoned and released. In 2019, Pope Francis thanked the Sultan through Cardinal Parolin. In Rome, Jubilee of Persons with Disabilities begins. On the first day of the Jubilee of Persons with Disabilities, Archbishop Rino Fisichella presided over Mass at the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls and praised that the late Pope Francis' legacy will give us courage not to remain silent. The Archbishop was tasked with organizing the Holy Year and its many particular jubilees, including the Jubilee of Persons with Disabilities. And today is the memorial of Saint Pius V, who was also a pope. He was born Michel Ghislieri in 1504, rose from the humble roots to become a Dominican priest and reforming pope. Elected in 1566, he implemented the Council of Trent's reforms, revised the Missal and Breviary, and supported foreign missions. Well, that's a wrap for today's Top 10 at 10, where we bring you the top Catholic news in Malaysia and around the globe. Do stay tuned for our next episode. Have a blessed day.